Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya. My name is Madhusudhan. I am from Hyderabad. Relatively a new entrant into the Bhagwan family. So well received by the Bhagwan family. I am really thrilled, humbled to be part of this very, very divine group. Today I want to share a few leelas of Bhagwan just by the glory of Nama, the power of Vibhuti, and of course what happened after or with the power of Vibhuti and the Nama chanting and its glory. So it's very funny and humorous or how I got to know about Bhagwan's ashram, Bhagwan himself, about 3 years ago. We used to visit Tiruvannamalai for close to about maybe now 10 to 12 years. Never knew about Bhagwan, ashram, leelas or this community or this divine group at all. Somehow in 2018-19 time frames, when I was in a state of, so to speak, mental agony, and I came to Tiruvannamalai to spend a few days seeking Annamalayar's grace, and it so happened that during the visit I was feeling hungry for breakfast, didn't have anywhere to go. So my wife called me up and said, go to Bhagwan's ashram, Yogi Ramsuratkumar's ashram, you will find some good breakfast there. So I was really hesitant because I did not know the name itself, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. So I was really hesitant to go there. But somehow, because a trusted source told me to go there, I came here to Bhagwan's place, entered through the gate, turned towards the left side, and then they were serving the breakfast there. So some very delicious idlis and pongal was there for that day. Nicely enjoyed the breakfast, and then from there immediately went back to my room and started Arunachala chanting. And of course the mental agony that I was undergoing was very, very immense, that I needed some immediate help, immediate succor, for that matter. And because I liked the breakfast the first day, second day also I was very, very tempted to come. I indeed came again, came into Bhagwan's ashram. That day was a different breakfast. It was, I think, vadai and probably something else, maybe puri also. So it was very, very sumptuous. I said, wow, this is great. And ventured out a little bit. I went into the meditation hall, the Mahatma's house or the Mahatma's hall, looked around, sat down for a while. Not a typical meditation, but sat there for some peace, and then had lunch as well, which was extremely delicious again in the Grace Hall, and again came to the Pradhan Mandir on the second day. It was very confusing in the Pradhan Mandir on where should I start from, to be honest. There was this murti of Bhagwan on one side, the Mahasamadhi on the other, and then there is the actual sitting idol with the Visni on Visni and the coconut bowl on the other hand. So, and of course there is this huge auditorium like hall which had all the photos of Bhagwan and the sayings of Bhagwan. So first of all I went around the hall. I met Kalyani Akka and Mataji I don't think was there, maybe she had gone for some recess, and prostrated in front of all the murtis, Mahasamadhi, and then on one of the charts there put up, it is said, just take my name and see what happens. My father will rush immediately for help in whatever situation you are in, wherever you are in, or wherever you are, and that sort of a message. So I was indeed looking for that kind of a peace, so to speak, with the condition that I was in. So I immediately started chanting the name. First of all, I did not know how to chant the name, so there was this quorum or forum of chanters in the hall. So I started chanting, although very slowly, to myself inside me, and slowly it began, the Nama started to increase the volume by itself, and after an hour or so of chanting, I had such a repetition of the mantra in my mind. It was so catchy, and it was just stuck in my mind that I kept on repeating myself even after stepping out of the ashram when I went to the place where I stayed. So the whole rest of the day I kept on chanting. The next day, of course, again came to the ashram, drawn by or attracted by of course the good breakfast, the food, and the Nama chanting, which definitely, by which time I started loving it. And the second day was completely in the ashram, chanting Bhagwan's name, taking Bhagwan's mantra, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. That kept on repeating by itself, and I was so immensely or deeply into the Nama the second and the third day. And honestly, on the third day, second half of third day, by which time the Nama chanting was deeply engrossed in me. The problem which I was facing, which had created that mental agony in the first place, somebody called, the source of the problem called, made a phone call and told me that that problem is resolved. That was a real breathtaking, honestly a huge relief, maybe a turning factor in my life thus far. And I prostrated to the Nama, the Bhagwan idol Murti in the ashram, thanked him, was so grateful to him, showed gratitude, and was very emotional, so to speak, very teary-eyed, very emotional that the problem got resolved. And true to his blessing of that statement, wherever you are, chant my name and see what happens. He indeed showed me what happened. I'm still, goosebumps are coming on me if I remember or when I remember that situation. So Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya.